Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Pugar Social Academy. Dear students, dear children, we are here once again on the topic from the social science geography topic of 10th standard class. Today in this topic, we are going to learn about geographical position and physical features. In this topic, we are going to learn moreover related to first part as a geographical position, and then in the second part we are going to learn related to the four physical division of the country called as India. Let us begin our topic by understanding the country called as India, which is been known with a different name called Bharat as well as Hindustan. And as India. Three different names are given to this land. One Bharat, second one Hindustan, third one what? It is said as a India. In this physical geographical position, let us understand, let us learn related to how much of area it is been spread on the base of latitudinal lines as well as the longitudinal lines. Dear students, you have learnt in the 8th standard that regarding to know about any of the country, its proper geographical position, there is a requirement to know related to which latitudinal line and which longitudinal line it lies. So here in this first part, we are going to learn related to the latitudinal line as well as the longitudinal line. If we look towards our country, this if we look over it, we will get to know that okay, India stretches from 8 degree 4 minutes north latitude to 37 degree 4 minutes north latitude. Latitudinal lines might and lines which are passing in this form. We call them as a latitudinal line, and the line which passes from the western to eastern. If you talk about longitudinal line which passes from the top to the bottom from in the sense form of north to south. So if we move over to the way towards the globe more easily, we can understand that here in this globe, on this globe, it will make it easy to understand regarding the latitudinal as well as the longitudinal. 90 degree North Pole and 90 degree South Pole. The line which are passing right from the west towards the east or from the east towards the west, we call these lines as a latitudinal line. The center line 0 degree equator, and the line which passes from the way from the north pole to the south pole, these lines are called as a what? Called as a longitudinal line. So by this we can easily understand that the line India, in the latitudinal line if we talk, from 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 4 minutes north latitude, and towards the longitudinal if we talk, 68 degree 7 minutes to 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. In this part we will easily get our country called as India, Bharat or Hindustan. Another part. Next if we move, then let us little bit understand related to the length of the country from the north to south. If we move from the north to south, from the top, if we move from the north to south, then the length of this from north to south, it is 3214 kilometer from north to south. From west to east or from east to west, if we see its length it moves to 2933 kilometer west, east, north as well as south. Okay, another side. The country called as India is been known by one more name called as a peninsular plateau. It is known as a peninsular plateau. It is it called as a peninsular plateau due to the reason three sides of the area it is been covered with the water body. The line which divides the India into two equal parts, we say it as a 23.5 Tropic of Cancer. Now 23.5 Tropic of Cancer, which is separating the India into two equal parts. Okay, we call it as a 23.5 Tropic of Cancer. It equally divides the India into two equal parts. To have a proper location of the time, north, west, south, east as central part of India, we have chosen 82.5 as a central point to have a proper standard time of the country called as India. So here it is 82.5. 82.5 standard time. To have the proper from west, so from east, north, west as well as south. If we look towards down portion of the area, toward this side, towards the western part of India, toward this side, we see here a sea known as what? Arabian Sea. Down to the south, if we come, here we are having Indian Ocean. Towards the eastern part of India, here it's a Bay of Bengal. Moreover, toward the eastern parts itself, in the Bay of Bengal, we see some few of the islands which are being known as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We call them as a Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And the same, if we look towards the western part of India in the Arabian Sea, here some more islands we will get. They are called as a Lakshadweep Islands. So towards the western part, so towards the eastern part, Bay of Bengal. Towards the western part, Arabian Sea. Here in the Bay of Bengal, we will get to know the islands called as Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and towards the western side, towards the Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep Islands are been there. The country called as India, it is having some of its neighboring countries, like towards the northwestern part, we are having Pakistan. Towards the northern part, we are having Afghanistan. Toward this side, we are having China. Here, Nepal. This side, we are having Bhutan. And toward the eastern part, we are having Myanmar. Towards here, we are having Bangladesh. Down to in the south, we are having Sri Lanka. So near about 8 neighboring countries we are been having. Here towards the northwestern part Pakistan, towards the northern part Afghanistan, towards the northeastern part China, Nepal, Bhutan, eastern side Myanmar, Bangladesh, and down to where we are having the country called as Sri Lanka. If you look all those, they all are our land boundary. Only remain what? Sri Lanka. Somewhat we are having the sea boundary between the country called as India as well as the Sri Lanka. Right. So this all we come under. Moreover, if we go into the little bit of from the north, west, south as well east, we are having total geographical area of the India. It is 32,87,263 square kilometer of area. It is the total geographical area of the country called as India. Apart from this, if we move, we can get to know that India is the second populated country after China. It is a second populated country after the China with the total geographical area of 32,87,263 square kilometer of area. So this is nothing but it's a talk of related to the geographical position. Let me once again clarify you related to the what we have learnt in this whole topic. Dear students, here we have begun with the latitudinal line where it stretches from 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 4 minutes north latitude, and longitudinal line, if we talk, 68 degree 7 minutes to 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. In the circle, what we see, our country called as India is been located. If we look after the over the northern part of India, from here to the downside up to the Kanyakumari, the length of this is 3,214 kilometer, whereas from western side to the eastern side, Gujarat to up to the Arunachal Pradesh, it is 2,933 kilometer of line is been stretched. Overall geographical area, north, west, south, east, it's 32,87,263 square kilometer of area. Towards the western side, we are having Arabian Sea with some of the islands called as Lakshadweep Islands. Down to the south, we are having a big Indian Ocean, and towards the eastern part, we are having the Bay of Bengal with islands called as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. India, it's nothing but it's a second populated country with two more different names called as Hindustan as well as the Bharat. Hope by this in this form you hope you have understood related to the geographical position of the country called as India. Let us move further in our next session related to physical division of the country called as India. Hope proper understand. So you have clearly might you have got the information related to the geographical position. Let us meet in our next session where we will go with the physical division of India, the continuation of the chapter geographical position and physical features of the country called as India. Thank you.